So about 6 months ago, I was covering this show called My Big Fat Fabulous Life, the reality TV series that stars a woman named Whitney Thore. The specific episodes I was covering all had to do with her budding relationship with a guy named Chase Severino. From the jump, I said that this relationship was destined for failure. For one, his family didn't like her, they had a long-distance relationship, and he proposed to her out of nowhere only 6 months after they met, while they were on bad terms. Not exactly the way you want to start out a marriage. And you guys need to understand that these two were only seeing each other every other weekend at most. So in my mind, there's no way the love was real enough to actually want to take this major leap. With all this being said, it was reported back in May that Chase had actually gotten an ex-girlfriend pregnant while he was away from Whitney during the initial phase of the pandemic lockdown. And I covered this story, but just now we finally get to hear what Whitney has to say about this on her show, and people have been asking me to cover it, so I figured why not. So these two were supposed to get married back in June, and all her friends thought that this was super sus.
When I first heard about Whitney and Chase's engagement, I was honestly shocked because they'd only been dating for like 6 months. I barely know the guy.
Like any good friends, these guys were worried about their buddy Whitney getting hurt once again, because it's kind of a running theme on this show that she has horrible luck when it comes to romance. So the idea that she had finally met this hipster Prince Charming who was ready to tie the knot this fast seemed a little bit far-fetched. And their suspicions were obviously legit when Whitney dropped this truth bomb on the audience.
He had slept with somebody, and she was pregnant. She is pregnant.
In my mind, I think that this guy was always in it for the fame and the clout, and he never really cared for Whitney. The true conspiracy theorist in myself actually believes that he had another girlfriend back home the entire time and didn't want to pass up the opportunity to be on TV. Now, do I think Whitney, on the other hand, thought this whole thing was legit? Maybe so, because her reaction does seem pretty genuine as those tears flowed down her cheeks. To make matters even worse, she's been very public about her wanting to have a kid of her own, so that probably made this shocking information sting extra hard. So she broke the news, and then later on in the episode, the GoPro dickface actually has the audacity to ring her up and request that they meet up in person to talk this out.
It was kind of a random thing, obviously wasn't planned. It was unintentional. It's not like, we're not trying to do that to her.
Dude, how do you unintentionally fuck your girlfriend raw and pump her full of baby batter? That's like saying you tripped on the carpet with your pants pulled down and accidentally fucked someone. And you guys know how I feel about people who can't take accountability. Nothing but a little bitch. During his whole spiel to her, he sounds anything but remorseful for his actions.
Are you in a relationship with her?
Yes.
Do you love her?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, did she just get absolutely dismantled by this man. I won't lie, in the past I have been very critical of Whitney, but no one deserves this type of treatment from someone who said they loved and wanted to marry them. He's just so insistent on meeting up with her, but she's not having any of it.
So you want me to get in my car and drive an hour and a half to meet you somewhere for what? So you can feel better about yourself?
Honestly, that's good for her, and just looking on the positive side of things, at least this dude showed his true colors before they actually tied the knot or moved in together or anything like that. Like I said before, I think this guy was in a real long-time relationship the entire time with this ex, and as the time got closer and closer to actually marry Whitney, he had to do something to stop that, so he knocked her up. And I won't lie, he does seem very happy with his newborn baby. But I gotta say, I do feel bad for Whitney on this one. Someone needs to come sweep this woman off her feet. Yeah, you might need a wheelbarrow, but this woman deserves love.